All righty, how's everybody doing? 3:13 in Chicago, 3:13 p.m. All right, end of day. Talk about the futures. Not getting any better. This mess that we are in, it seems to get messier. All right, with the 313, and then we got the two up, and now today we couldn't get the higher high, but we did get the lower low. So chop, man. That's all I can say right now. Very hard to see how things are going to shake out. Now, if there was anything that was going to give us any kind of guidance here, um, see that quarter? It's looking exactly like that month now. All right. So shooter, I guess it's a shooter. I wouldn't call it that, but it's kind of stuck in the middle to me. But then look at your week inside here. All right. So it's gonna take something to get this, and there has to be some triangling out back in here to see if we can get back out of this mess. But as right now, we're really caught up in this right now. All right, and this is a log jam, a log jam if I ever seen one. So on our 60s, we were trying to finish back, coming back up at the end of the day. Again, our month is stuck in the middle, and what do these mean? They mean indecision. That's what they mean. All right. So with all these dojis sitting up here on the bigger time frames, something's got to happen to give here to either to come down and break them down to the downside, because it appears to me as though it would be easier for them to come down and break this thing down and take the 3-2 down on the week. All right, but it's Thursday, and so we got one day more tomorrow. We'll see what things happen here. This is just looking at this daily, man. I can't, I don't have nothing to say about it. It's with the 313. And remember what I said when that second day came in, before we saw any of this, it was like, we're gonna see how this shakes out. Well, we went three, and now we can't. Now we're just 2-2 in here, and we're not getting higher highs, and we're barely getting lower lows. So we're jammed up in there. All right. That's really horrible. And obviously, we got the same problem right here with the 2-1. We had the 3-1-2 here, so wasn't able to make it the next day, but then the first day, but then it came back up on the third day and got it. And now again today with the outsider, I don't know what to make of it. All right, so indecision, but what's the difference about the Qs is that they're green. All right, so it's the only thing we got going for us. The SPY just looks a little bit weaker than the Qs, all right? And Qs have been the one anyway, all right? Diamond's probably looking the nastiest of the bunch. Shooter down here, still green though, but then you got the month that is shooter, as you see right here. But for me, that's stuck in the middle. Some people would call that shooter. But that's just kind of stuck in the middle here. So a lot of indecision here either way. I do not know how this is going to shake out. I have like coming on from higher highs. We broke down, and now we get this log jam. Yesterday we got the higher high, and it's the same thing, trying to come back up at the end of the day again. All right, so I still think the market turns around and gets better here, but this has got to play out now. All right, so now we'll get a new week coming in on Monday. See, provided that nothing shakes up too much tomorrow, we're going to probably be coming back inside that week again, and then we're going to be kind of stuck in the same mode here. So I just don't have much to say about how that's all shaking out right now. All right, a couple ones we talked about this morning. Salesforce, look at how it finished on the day. All right, just horrible. All right, Gapper upper, I got lucky. I got out. I got out up in this area up here, like 255 and change. Um, they gave us an out today. If you were in Salesforce, today was the day to try to get out, all right, with that move to the upside. So there, and I'm looking around here. NVIDIA kind of finished strong at the end of the day as your 60 right there. You know what your month looks like. Your shooter down on month, and your 2 on the week here, just and week. All right, and then I do have an actionable signal at least here on the 1, so maybe we can get a 2-1 something coming out of that. All right, so NVIDIA was coming up at the end of the day a little bit, and Avgo was coming up at the end of the day there, Broadcom. So it was trying to do some pushing here at the end of the day, but not able to make a higher high though. All right, so Avgo, I just, everything. All right, Apple's in the log jam, just like everybody else. All right, this is all garbage. All right. So 2-1 inside. So we do have actionable on them, and I will make a list of some actionables as we go until we go into next week. So we'll see if we got any kind of guidance at all that's going to get us anywhere. I could talk about stocks for all day here, but Joby did fall apart here today after a big day yesterday. It was the higher high yesterday, but today she goes 3. That's a 3-2-3 back down. So you see in these wide reversals turning around here. All right, so we're just getting volatility here. So this kind of volatility tells me that we're probably going to go back up again, just because that's what we're swinging with right now. All right, so I really wanted to just kind of focus on the futures and say, we're in a mess, all right? And we are in a mess. So we'll see as the day gets better. Tesla was coming up a little bit at the end of the day. There's another one that's just been chopping out. So all this chop. Again, I'm going to say it again. Embrace the chop, because it is going to come out somewhere, all right? So we'll just keep an eye on the futures. I didn't look at the small cappers too much. IWM, same problem here. Made the high at 252.77. Nothing's been getting higher than that since. Today, it got all the way up to 251.25, but then it kind of came back in all day. All right, so with the way the weeks are going and the way the days are going, it's very difficult to see how things are going to come out. So we're going to need more time, we're going to need more data, and we're going to need either a triangle out, or we're going to get a melt up, which I think that probably might be a more likelihood than anything. All right, so I'm going to leave it at that. I didn't want to talk for that long. I just kind of wanted to talk about the futures. So on the hourlies, on the diamonds, I do have an actionable signal on the 60 right there. I got that 2-1 inside there. That's something to watch tomorrow morning when we come in. So we're going to be picking up from here. All right, so watch this one when we open tomorrow. I don't think we had an actionable. No, that was a 2 there, and then we'll pull it up on the Qs. I think it was a 2 as well there. All right, so we have the 1 on the inside on the 60s. So we'll keep an eye on the diamonds as the morning starts to shape up tomorrow. All right. Again, just kind of a lot of mixed bag right now. All right. So until we get more information, and it is the hunt for Red October, as Jermaine said it. So we'll see if they can, maybe we can make them move to the downside. Every time they go down, they seem to turn around and buyers keep stepping in. So I'm going to leave it at that. All right. And We'll pick this up in the morning. We'll see how things look better, see what things look tomorrow morning, all right? And it is going to be a Friday, so that's a good thing, all right? So everybody just have a wonderful evening and be good, be good.